welcome back to another video. As you can see, I'm bringing another Diamond Dynasty video. If y'all watch my franchise series, don't worry, I'll be back. I'm gonna probably make one tomorrow, but today I'm bringing a stub method essentially. As you can see, we're starting the video with 69k, and I'm gonna teach y'all how to make stubs relatively easy. You could have like 1,000 stubs and do this. The way I go, right, is uniforms. So, for example, we have this uniform. We're gonna put a buy now, right, or a buy order. We put it for 1,552. The selling price is at 2,687. So whenever it does end up being bought, we would go over here, obviously, and make it the lowest price one, which would be, obviously one stub under, and we would receive 2,400. So basically like 900 profit. So yeah, the whole point of this is obviously to like basically flip cards to make stubs, right? I'm gonna put buy orders on all these just so I can go a little quicker. I would say the jerseys is the way to go. Obviously, the only problem with the jerseys is depending on obviously like what time you're doing this, or like a mix with the fact that jerseys don't sell obviously like just in general as much, but I mean you could find pretty big discrepancies with the jerseys. I feel like it's a lot harder to find it with some of the like actual players, and it's all relatively low stubs. So like some of these diamond jerseys, it's like 1,000. Obviously, the more stubs you have, the more you could like do. I kind of do it in the collection menu. You can go to like the marketplace here, and you can look. Obviously, like for example, Nico Goodrum. If I want to buy him, obviously I don't have enough of the stubs to do it. But if I put my buy order right here, I would be getting him for that price. And then if I sell him for, let's see if you even make profit. So yeah, you don't even make profit, I don't think. Yeah, you don't make profit. So as you can see, like with some of them, you got to be careful because it might look like it, like 180 to 160k. You got to be careful with. There's like a tax in this game for some reason. I mean, motherfuckers think this is actual currency or some shit. I don't know, but there's obviously you're gonna see some discrepancies for sure with everything, but that's always because of the tax. So you kind of have to like, either mentally think how much the tax will really deduct, or you could always obviously like kind of what I did, pretend that you're selling it and see how many stubs you would make, and if it's over the amount that the card's being sold for, you could do it and you'll make stubs. Obviously depending on how much like capital you have, or stubs I should say, depends obviously how much you could really like work with this, like how high you can get. But that's why I like the jerseys, which it takes a little more time definitely to like sell. But as you've seen the Seiya Suzuki we're on, that I was just showing you, it costs like 40 something k and you only make like 3k stubs. These jerseys, you're making almost 1,000 a jersey and you're buying it for a lot less stubs. I wouldn't say it's essentially like a risk, because I think you're going to make stubs regardless. You'll eventually sell it, but at the same time, these are still lower risks too. Like, if I'm buying these, I'm relatively going to, it's a lower risk. And I just did some stupid shit and I listed it for, the opposite price. But since these jerseys sometimes take a little bit to sell, I'm going to come back like obviously once they sell, and I'll show y'all that this is actually a good way to make stubs. At the start of the video we had 69k. If all of our jerseys sell and we can sell them, we should be around probably, I mean we put like what, 5 jerseys up here, so we should be around like 75k, maybe 74k, something like that. So we'll see. Obviously you can do it with stuff other than jerseys, but it really just takes looking at like, where's there a discrepancy. a lot of the prices are generally pretty similar, so it's kind of hard to find them sometimes. But you know, if you can find one, then you should go ahead and obviously do it. There's different ways to look. I don't know. I like kind of looking through this collection menu, but like I said, if y'all want, you can go to the marketplace and you could filter shit here. So like, if you want to look at all like, you know, gold cards, you can look at all the gold cards and you could probably find something here. I would say this is probably more efficient. I don't know. I personally don't really be doing it. But yeah, just find discrepancies and you could just flip the cards and you'll make some stubs. That's really all it is. But anyways, I'm going to wait till one of our jerseys sell and I'll come back when they sell so that I can show you me obviously selling it so that y'all just know for sure that it works, okay? I'm back and we ended up getting this jersey we ended up actually getting it. So now, as you can see, we bought it, or I'll show you actually the exact price we bought it for. But if you see, we just posted the order, so whenever someone buys it. But if we go over to our completed orders, you see we bought it for $1,655. We're gonna see obviously how much I sell it for. And quick little while we're waiting, real investment like that you guys should actually go get into. He's really cheap, right? And call me crazy, but I got 500 of Jordan Leisure, right? I'm not gonna lie, Jordan Leisure has been really good, and I think he's gonna become the closer because he closed last game. So you should go get some Jordan Leisures. Look, I'm finna keep making more Jordan Leisures, cause yeah, like real talk, some of y'all should go get into investing in Jordan Leisure. Obviously, depending on how many stubs you have, it's really a low risk, bro. 5 stubs for Jordan Leisure is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. He has like a 1-year array. He's gonna be the closer of this team eventually, I think, because he closed last game. He's gonna keep closing games. But yeah. So we listed up the uniform. Like I said, the only struggle with this is I think you for sure will make stubs. The problem is that with jerseys, especially at what time, it could take like obviously a little bit to actually sell it. I'm recording this at noon on a Monday. So, a lot of people are either at work, school, stuff like that. Like people are doing stuff. So, I would probably look around this at like, the times of the day around between like 3 to like 9 p.m. Those are like really good times. Obviously, where like, a lot of people are playing the game. So those are like, some of the times where you definitely for sure could sell, like for sure you'll be able to sell it. Obviously it's a little bit harder, like I said, with jerseys, but I think it's the biggest discrepancy in terms of like, if I know sometimes there is with like some of the diamond players or even like supercharged players there is too. Like, I mean, let's find a supercharged. So yeah, here's a supercharged, but it's not really, there's not really a discrepancy. And even with some diamond players, like it might seem like it, but like, I mean, if we were to sell him for 503, we're buying him for 4,500. We're really making only like 100 stubs, right? It's not that much. So, obviously, I think this is easier, like to do, like in terms of the card's gonna be bought and sold quicker. But I think with jerseys, it might take a little bit longer, but you're gonna make a lot more. Like for example, with this, you bought it for 1,655, right? And we're selling it for 2,789. So we're making almost a 1,000 profit. And this is with something that costs relatively low. Like obviously if you have a lot of stubs, if you want to go out and do this with like, go to the marketplace, you want to go do this with diamond players, you can go ahead. Some of these higher and more expensive cards, it makes a lot more sense, obviously, because they're going to be bought and sold quicker than jerseys. But for people who don't have many stubs, if you want to go out and you want to make some stubs, I think the best ones to do this with is the jerseys. Although, like I said, you know, it takes a little time, but you could play a game in between. Like I didn't just for like the video, but like what I typically do is I'll put like a whole bunch of buy orders on a lot of these jerseys. Sometimes some people outbid you. It happens, but at the end of the day, you could obviously, put your buy orders in. Hopefully no one outbids you, and then, after the game, maybe you have a few of the jerseys and you list them up. And kind of same thing with that. Maybe someone puts a lower price, but regardless, you could then obviously sell the jersey and hope it sells, obviously, in between the game. So that's honestly really all it is. Um, but yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I think y'all already could see that I would make money once it actually sells. So I'm not gonna really probably wait for when it actually does sell, because like I said, it could take a little minute, especially at this time of day. It's not gonna probably sell like in the next 20 minutes. It might sell, but it's who knows. Um, but yeah, so that's really it though. It was just a quick little a video to show you like a little stub method of how to make some stubs, especially for a relatively cheap price, right? You could buy these jerseys for typically around 1,600 to 2,000, and if you buy them and flip them, you can make almost 1,000 stubs each time. So that's really it. I'm going to be bringing a franchise video tomorrow. Um, so my bad for anybody who's been missing the series, or anybody who just has been watching only from my Diamond Dynasty content. I only have three. This will be the third Diamond Dynasty video, and they've been doing relatively good. Like honestly, really really good. So I definitely don't mind keep bringing Diamond Dynasty content. So y'all let me know, but I'll see you on the next one.